where the name Kings County Brewers Collective came. Realized that it's really hard to do this in New York City, and we all had a really really common interest in beer, and just thought that it was a cool idea. So really try to highlight how the different types of beer that each of us like. And so I think from the beginning, our model was always brew a lot of different variety and not really get stuck on one thing. But we do a ton of IPAs, of course. We love IPAs and do a lot of them. Do a lot of sour stuff, a lot of like fruited sour beers, and barrel fermented sour stuff. And we have a pretty fond love of lagers that we've done since day one. I think second beer we brewed was Janiak Maniac, which was named after our landlord Gary Janiak. He's the landlord that we rent from for the brewery space. So that's a little bit about us.
Yeah, according to the chat, you guys are the NYC Lager and Sour Kings.
Hey, I went it's not a title that I would take, but I won't throw it away. I think we do a great job. I mean, I'm really proud of everything we brew. I think we try really hard to just push ourselves all the time, and us and all the people that work for KCBC brewing beer and packaging beer and stuff, like every day is just like challenging ourselves to make better and better beer. And we like both of those styles, so try to do our thing.
So can you tell me, so we're going to be doing, so a big part of the segment is going to be around Lager Appreciation Month. Are you familiar with Lager Appreciation Month?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say we started, but we sort of did. I mean, it was just a dumb thing that we, not dumb, but like we've been throwing around the idea that for a long time that we're like, oh, we should do a Lager Appreciation Month sometime. And we kept talking about it. And then literally in the middle of this, everybody being at home and in our business changing, and all of a sudden, we were coming into the month and we realized that like we had 3 lagers ready to drink and 2 more in the pipeline. And we're like, oh my God, this is totally Lager Appreciation Month. Everybody's at home. It seemed like people were drinking a lot of beer. And definitely we saw an uptick in like our sales of lagers, and we realized that like, people were also, along with getting double IPA and imperial stouts, people were looking for sessionable, easy drinking beers to drink too. So so we just kind of threw it out there and started to try to make something, make a fun time of a pretty shitty time of people being at home and not being able to go anywhere. And it's been pretty fun. I mean, I think a lot of people just kind of caught on and started following things we're doing. Other breweries are jumping in, and it's a fun thing to, celebrate one of our favorite beer styles. And I think, a lot of brewers' favorite beer styles that, at least for a while in the craft beer world, shouldn't say was forgotten, but, it was definitely, in the early days of craft beer, there was the move away from lagers to a certain extent, and big focus on ales just to really differentiate and do something different than what the big mass market beer industry was doing. But I think all along people knew that good quality lagers are fantastic, looking at what the Germans do and Czech brewers do and stuff like that, so and I think that we're definitely seeing a trend in the craft beer world of more and more breweries brewing lagers again. And I mean, I think almost every New York City craft brewery is making making a lager of some sort, regardless of what they're known for on a daily basis, because in the end you need something sessionable and easy to drink at the end of the day. It's hard to drink only double IPA all the time.
Yeah.
As much as I love doing that sometimes too.
Yeah.
I did that last night, maybe.
Tony, I have a question. As far as lagers are concerned, would you say that because like it is a more recent thing in the craft beer community, we were so focused on IPAs and stouts and ales for so long, and the lager was underappreciated. Would you say that the American craft lager has gotten better?
I think so, 100%. I mean, yes, and I don't necessarily have any, great references, to like people weren't necessarily doing it 20 years ago, at least not in a mass scale. I mean, brewers are having a hard enough time convincing people to, try to convince the general public to, pay more for a beer. And then, trying to convince somebody to pay a premium price for a lager when they're used to paying really low, big beer prices it's challenging. And it's one of our biggest challenges. We'd love to do more of it. It's just, it's an economies of scale thing. It's really expensive for us to make, we lager our lagers for 6 weeks. We could brew almost 3 batches of IPA in that same amount of time. So, in a city like New York City where we have a limited space and we're essentially out of space, the opportunity cost there is really expensive to take the time to make really good, lagers. And, so I think it's a time thing. And then it's a convincing the general public that, it's worth a slightly premium price and getting them to see the difference in it. And I think people are coming around to it.
Just to take a step back, some of the people that are viewing are not really familiar with the beer world. What exactly is a lager compared to the other beers? What qualifies a beer as a lager?
I mean, starting with, step one, there's ale yeast and lager yeast, and lager yeast likes to ferment at the bottom of the fermenter at cooler temperatures, and ale yeast likes to ferment on the top of your fermenter at warmer temperatures. The cooler temperature essentially, makes it a longer brewing and conditioning process, generally and historically, to get the flavor to, not only for the beer to, do primary fermentation, but also then to, clean up and get rid of any, sulfury notes or any, sharp notes and really smooth out the flavor. Time is the thing that takes care of that. And then the other piece of, lager, historically has been, light colored, beautiful crystal colored beer. And to do that without filtration is just a matter of taking time and letting it sit and naturally clarify and let everything, drop out and get nice and pretty.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned the clarity. I wanted to know, who do we have there? We have a new
Zach.
No, it looks like Zack popped in.
Joining us.
Zack, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, we're going to.
Homie?
We can't hear you.
Zach, we can't hear you. You got to unmute yourself, Zach.
I did it once and twice.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Third time's charm. Hi, everybody.
Now we hear you. Welcome, Zach. Thank you. So we have Tony and Zach now from KCBC.
So Zach, you can answer this. Both of you guys can answer this question. I was going to ask, what is your favorite lager and what do you look for in a good lager?
I would answer this the same way. If you said, what's your favorite beer? It's the refreshing beer of that moment when I'm really parched and want that, it depends on the moment from time to time. I think our Mexican lager, which I have ordered 4 cans of, is delicious. That's been one of my favorites of late. But I think the second part of the question, what makes a really good lager is, personally for me, usually it's got to be clean. Sometimes that's a little bit hard to pin down exactly, but certainly free from off flavors. I'm not personally a big fan of really fruity American hops in lagers. Like there's times where I think it can work really well, but I think a lot of times it just starts to like, sometimes overpower the sort of baseline, crisp, clean, light malt, noble hop kind of balance that I personally find super, super refreshing. Refreshment, is it clean? Is it balanced? Usually on the drier side. That's my personal taste.
And I had asked Tony about Lager Appreciation Month, and one thing that I noticed about Lager Appreciation Month is that you do daily videos. Can you tell us a little bit about how that started? And describe these videos for us, because I think they're delightful.
So I mean, the origin of the whole idea, I think, was Tony, Pete, and I all talking about, like, man, we kind of have a lot of lagers all coming out at once. Let's celebrate this. It's not exactly planned. It's just the way the packaging has gone with lower staffing, COVID, all that stuff. Let's do this. And then, I was chatting with our sales team, David and Lindsay, and I was like, what somebody should do? Someone should be shotgunning a lager every day, right?
Yeah, someone.
Yes, someone should do that.
Zach, I know you weren't here for it, Zach, but we had an anonymous donation of $100. So we're at the end of this interview. We're all going to do a shotgun together.
Fantastic. Love it. Can't wait. I think I'm on number 23. There's been a couple of days I've done two in the same day. So I'm well practiced right now.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know what he's talking about, just head over to Instagram. His handle is @Zack Kinney, and he and his son Matteo have been. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. Zach has been shotgunning the beer. Matteo has not been. But it's really adorable. He's been doing it every day with a different beer. It's definitely worth it to go back and check them all out.
Yeah, I think Mateo's whole worldview is just like very skewed right now. He's very excited about it. He's 3 years old. He's a lot of fun. But the other day we were at the beach and I had a can of other half, small mosaic, everything, and I pulled it out of my bag. And his first question was like, "Hey, Daddy, is that a lager or an IPA?" And I was like, "Well,
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question from the chat. Pia says, "I love Janiak Maniac. Are there lagers that inspired it, or any that you look for as an ideal lager?"
Tony Bellis, are you there, buddy? No.
Yeah, where did Tony go? What happened to Tony?
I'll ramble for a minute. So Janiak Maniac is the recurring. It's not exactly year round. We don't brew it kind of 24/7, but it's our Pilsner that we kind of launched with. It was, I think, our second or third beer brew. Maybe it was the second beer we brewed. Name inspired by our landlord, Gary Janiak, who is himself a bit of a maniac, old school Bushwick, born and bred, like native guy who grew up in the area, seen the whole neighborhood go through a lot of ups and downs, and has had, he had a boiler removal company. He had run-ins with the mob when he was in the trash business, the whole wacky gamut. He's kind of a colorful character, and has been really, supportive of everything we're doing. So we thought, hey, this is kind of a good beer to name after him. The recipe started out, I think Pete had been looking into some stuff, some old lectures from Matt Brindelson, who's a brewmaster, head brewer, hops, guru at Firestone Walker. And they make an amazing Pilsner, obviously, called Pivo Pils. And they, there was a conversation that had happened. Oh, look who's here.
Matteo! Dude, you're Instagram famous.
Say hi, everybody.
Matteo, we love you.
He's got his pajamas on because that's just all he wears these days, kind of 24/7.
Hey, me too, kid. Me too.
I mean, it's called work from home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just roll that way. Anyway, Matt Brindelson had done a talk, I think, at some point that Pete had kind of caught on the interwebs, or maybe it was at Brewers CBC kind of panel, and had talked specifically about, like, there are some interesting American hops that are on the herbal side that could be good in a Pilsner. And, Willamette, is one of those hops that he kind of like threw out there, and it kind of stuck with Pete. And I think Tony mentioned it too. And we're like, let's try this kind of like Willamette heavy kind of like late hop, dry hops. So, Pivo Pilsner, which is a Pilsner that, if you haven't had it, it's delicious. It's, I think, 4.5%. They use quite a bit of German Saphir hops. So long story short, we had this beer going on, and it was something that we were really, really proud of. We tweaked the recipe a little bit. Now we actually layer in some Saphir hops, but for us, it's it's got that right balance of 100% German Pils malt, and then kind of and a decent bittering charge. It's more German style. It's a little bit more aggressive on the Pilsner end of the spectrum in terms of the IBUs. And then you basically have this kind of flavor hop addition later on in the kettle that tries to pull out a little more of a kind of a fresh herbal, I wouldn't say citrus, but you do get this kind of nice, I think, elegant hop character that goes really well and is really drinkable.
All right, Tony's back.
Oh, there he is.
I think we have Tony back here.
I just answered all
I'm back.
Cool, dude.
My laptop died.
No problem. I've been having problems all day. What are your favorite lagers?
Let's see. I mean, right now, boy, man, I tell you that Smith and the Threes collab with Smith and Lewinsky was really, really good. I can't remember. It was one of those long names that Threes does. Czech style pills.
Yeah, that was good.
That beer I thought was delicious.
I'm loving Oxbow's pills right now.
Their Italian pills is great.
Yeah, anything that Suarez is doing,
of course, yeah.
killer.
Got that. We can get takeout Suarez now.
Amazing. Thank God. What would we do?
Don't stop it, Suarez.
I know. We've been playing around a little bit with oak aged lagers. I don't know if any of y'all out there have done any stuff like that, but we're having some fun with that. Threes has an amazing, Hellas kicking and screaming oak aged, and we've been doing some fun stuff with oak that we haven't packaged in cans anything, but it's something we want to really kind of continue to explore.
There's Tony. This question's for Tony. It comes from Bitter and Esther's. I don't know if it's John or Doug, but it says, Tony, is it just the video, but has your beard shortened?
Oh, I chopped my beard off, and my hair's getting out of control. Yeah,
pull from here and put it up here.
Exactly. I need to cut my hair and grow my beard back out. Yeah, I chopped my beard off.
Beard used to be epic.
I mean, when you're putting a mask on every day, a beard seemed a little counterproductive to it. So I decided that was my, trying to be somewhat responsible.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, your kid. I think your family has vetoed it. They're like, nah.
Yeah, everybody told me that I needed to grow it back. my kids, my 2-year-old said, "Daddy, put beard back." When I first did it, it was pretty much just a mustache. So it's grown back. It's growing back now. So
don't worry. The consensus on the chart is that you still look great.
Good, thank you.
Yes. I haven't shaved at all during quarantine, and this is all I can grow.
No, that's looking good, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's the longest I've gone in my entire adult life without shaving.
Sometimes you just have a lot of hair, like Tony.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd gone at least a decade. I think I'd gone at least a decade without shaving it as close as I did about a month ago. So, crazy times make you do crazy things.
What new things can you expect from KCBC?
What was the question?
What new things can we expect from KCBC in the next few weeks?
We'll probably all lose our minds pretty soon.
Not yet.
That'll be pretty good. Yeah. It'll be the first brewery to go absolutely insane and just implode. No.
We have some
tons of good beers coming out.
We have a ton of exciting stuff right now. We packaged a barrel-aged Brett Vanderbrook just recently, very much kind of table style that I'm super excited about, package conditioning that. Might take another several weeks or so, but dry hop with some Nelson and some Hallertau Blanc and actually some pineapple sage, which is, an herb and not a fruit. that we were kind of excited about that. We've got a couple of Beach Zombie, which is kind of our first sour. That's
Zombie series coming back.
So people are pretty excited about that. Strawberry guava sour, kettle soured, pretty aggressive addition of strawberry and guava. This beer's version is tasting really good. We've got another lager. Oh my God, can you believe it?
No.
I mean, this Lager Appreciation Month has been like so crazy successful that we ran out of lager like way faster than we were supposed to. It was like all of our planning was like, well, I guess it's gone.
Yeah.
So we're like dry right now, but we have our Saaz Pilsner, Czech Saaz Pilsner collab we did with the guys from Borg in Iceland. Awesome lager brewers over there too. It's a really beautiful 4.5% Pilsner. That's actually coming out next Thursday. We're gonna do like a lager appreciation, like internet shotgun
wrap-up show.
Extravaganza. This coming Thursday at 5:30. Anyway, it's gonna be cool. We just got we got tons of cool beer ideas. We're still experimenting, still playing with some new yeast strains even on our IPAs that we're excited about. Trying to just maximize the juice and West Coast IPA. I mean, anybody drink those? We do. We love them.
Yeah.
What you were saying earlier, we want to see the return of the West Coast IPA. We want some.
We're working on it, man.
Hey, we're throwing them back in the mix, and people are, I think people are going back and realizing that, like, oh yeah, we do love that. It's like
bitterness is okay if it's like really good.
We want the dank again. And what is the best way to support KCBC at this time?
Honestly, guys, right now, the best thing is just keep drinking our beer. Wherever you can get it. We're in a bunch of different. We're trying to like get as much beer out there. Yeah. To people, like if it's at your bar, if it's at your bottle shop, grab it there. If you're in our neighborhood, pick it up at our at our market, our tap room. We do delivery, contact free. We're gonna get you the beer safely in a pretty predictable window. We're doing our delivery team has done a really great job about that. Check out our KCBC store, our website. Again, just in general, like supporting local craft beer. It's great if it's ours, but if it's like honestly, if it's just made in New York City, that's helping all of us a lot right now. So
yeah, it's huge. Just support your local breweries. Especially in New York City. Drink local beer, and
This beer. This is gonna be my shotgun victim.
Oh,
do this. Look, Matchy.
Yay!
Twins.
So my next question is, do you have any suggestions for shotgunning a beer? Because we are all shotgunning with you, and I just want to know suggestions for the other brewers who are kind of novice to this.
Yeah, no. So shotgunning is I was gonna say it's an art, but it's not. It's just like it's a mess. I don't know who invented this idea. The physics are pretty amazing. So basically, what you do is you poke a hole in the bottom of the can. Usually use a key or something. I'll grab it in a second. But the idea is that you're gonna open up a hole in the bottom, and that's where you're gonna drink the beer out of it. And at the moment when someone says go, you essentially turn the beer upside down, and when you pop the top, ideally you're going to do it, the hole is opposite the top, so you can have the hole towards your mouth there, and then the top of the can kind of, like ready to do this. And so you can start drinking, and you crack the top, and basically, you're able to consume the beer faster because you don't have air going in, the air is going in here and the beer's coming out there, so it's just a more efficient loop. It's not going to be pretty if you've never done it before. It's going to hurt. You're going to be really unhappy. You're going to be like, this was dumb. Why did I do this?
Yeah, for those of you who are novices,
congratulations
for your maturity and wisdom.
Your bravery or stupidity, whatever you want to call it.
So in a minute, I want to invite all the brewers back to do a shotgun with you guys. We have one more question from the chat from John Serluco. He wants to know, is there a particular collaboration that stands out to you as your favorite? If so, which one and why?
Tony, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Okay, I'm going to go first. The recent beer we did with So I have two-part question. You know, honestly, the other half project, the All Together series, was really amazing. And, you know, in many ways, it was this collab that like couldn't happen in person. And one of the best things about collabs is being able to be there in person. That's honestly some of the most fun. But the fact that they were able to like kind of marshal the world of craft beer and kind of put everyone's focus on like the hospitality industry and all these people who are totally screwed right now. That was, I mean, again, it was pretty awesome for us. I felt like to be here in New York City and like, you know, part of this amazing project that was able to benefit so many people, you know?
Yeah.
That's an awesome one. I mean, I think for me, actually, most recent was us and one of our brewers, Rich, went to a festival in Copenhagen right as all this craziness was happening and COVID was spreading. We did collab with a brewery called People Like Us, who are running this festival, and they do amazing work. You know, their brewery supports artists and workers, many of which are on like the autism spectrum and have different developmental disabilities and physical disabilities, and you know, all their proceeds go towards that mission. And we did a cool collab with them, and you know, got to participate in a beer festival there that was like right as, you know, Copenhagen put social distancing guidelines, you know, in place the day before the festival, and it was really kind of a crazy thing. And then sadly, it was like one of our last moments of beer world as a normal world, at least for the time being. And so I hope those guys are all doing great, and I hope we get back to being able to drink beers in person and face to face soon as this world gets a little healthier and a little safer. So yeah.
That would be amazing right now. I think most of us, more than anything, we just want to like go to a bar and meet a friend and have a beer. You know, it's the simple things that we miss so much.
Yeah, it's such a social industry, you know. It's like we got into it, and so much of it is about being social. That's what this beverage is about, and it's such a twist on what we do as an industry and as a hobby and as a passion, and you know, to be doing it. But you know, things like this are amazing. You know, it's like everybody's just thinking outside the box and being like, well, you know, we're lucky, it's 2020, we have the technology to
right.
Still do things and see people and be social. And I think for me it's really inspiring just to see how people are like, you know, like we're not going to accept just sitting at home as the answer. Let's figure out how we can do cool things and support each other and be there for each other. And you know, especially with the beer industry, I mean, I think what Brewminaries are doing with this 24-hour brewathon is just fantastic. Like, it's so cool that people are thinking outside the box and making cool things happen. So
yeah, it's a blast. This has been a huge undertaking. A lot of hard work has gone into it, and you know, we've gotten a lot of donations, and like, you know, it's great to support the community even when we can't, you know, do the things that we normally do. And we're just so glad to have, you know, people like you guys and Ted and Lars and John McCullough and John Palmer and all of these people who are taking time out of their days to come in and have a chat with us. And yeah, it's very heartwarming.
it is for us too. So like, thank you so much.
We love Brewminaries, yo. You guys rock, man.
So it's the top of the hour now. We're basically at the end. So shall we invite all the brewers back and do a shotgun?
I have my Mateos with me.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to gallery view here. Also, okay, so anybody who's watching right now, if you have a can of beer ready and you want to do a shotgun with us, raise your hand. There's the raise hand function, and I will promote you to panelists for panelists, and then we'll all do a shotgun together.
You want to get out? Okay.
Let's see here. All right, we got the Zeisses back. So I saw Ariel raised her hand. I promoted her. I don't see her though. There she is. All right, there's Ariel. All right, I'll give you guys like a few more seconds, and then we're gonna do. And Zach, do you want to do the honors since like this is your deal? Oh, did we lose Zack? Where's Zack? Oh no!
Oh shit! Did we lose him?
What a terrible time to lose Zack.
Oh come on, Zack.
We'll give him a minute.
Give him a second. My guess is there was a child induced hanging up on the Zoom call. As children do sometimes in our lives.
That poked my hole for me because I still don't know how to shotgun.
Well, Ariel, you're gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today. Wait, they're like ready. Look at them. They have like.
I know everybody's like, come on, let's do this.
He's all getting geared up.
We can't do it on Zack. Where's Zack?
I know, where's Zack? Come on, Zack.
Dude.
Making a mess.
All right, I'm gonna give Zack like 1 or 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna have to go ahead.
Yep.
That's sad.
I'm ready for this.
Join us, but
Did everyone do their hole yet, or we're still waiting to do?
no, you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Yeah, I didn't wait.
We
I
did the whole.
That's why I was like, I don't think everybody waited. You can eat whatever you want.
Guys are killing me.
Sorry, Russell. All right. Well, all right. What do you guys think? Should we just go ahead and do it? Or?
All right, let's do it. Zach will jump in at the end.
He'll do it on his own. He will.
Yeah, he'll have to do it on Instagram, like a plebe.
Like a real professional.
All right. I have my keys here. So all right. So Tony, do you want to count us off then?
All right, I'm gonna count us off, and we're gonna do a 3 count. All right, everybody ready?
Cool. All right.
All right, everybody ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, crush them.
I don't have a big enough phone.
Woo!
I think my hole's big enough.
The hole is not big enough.
Yeah, my hole is too small.
My hole was too small too.
Well,
My beer is too cold. Ugh. My tab slid and it wasn't lined up. I couldn't open it. Also,
well, hey, come on.
I was semi-successful.
That was so fast.
I poured out a lot of beer on the floor.
It happened quick.
I haven't done that in like a decade or more, I think.
Yeah, I haven't actually done it with IPA. I just did it with superhero sidekicks, and yeah, that's
rough.
not my preferred way of drinking it.
I mean, I did it with bleak,
joining
I mean,
the
but
fun.
like, it's not like a, it's, what is that, 5%? But oh shit, I'm leaking beer onto my. There's still like a drop left.
The one I had early, the one I had yesterday was great. I'm in Massachusetts right now, and Jack's Abbey's right down the street, and they've got great like 4.2% lagers in 12-ounce cans. So, that's the pro shotgun move right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This was a 16-ounce can. This was.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
Didn't you know what we were gonna do? Go for the gold.
There you go.
So yesterday I was looking for 12-ounce lager cans, and all I could find was 16-ounce stuff. So I said, well, all right, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I love the 16-ounce can, but boy, yeah. So.
Oh yeah, that was
Cool.
rough. Thanks,
guys.
Yeah, Tony, thank you so much. And before we go, can you just tell people if they want to buy KCBC beer right now, how can they do that?
You can buy it anywhere in New York State. We have beer being distributed all throughout New York State, and some Connecticut, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. So go to your local beer store, bottle shop, buy it there. In New York City, we're doing delivery to your home 4 or 5 days a week. So you can order on our website at kcbcbeer.com. And we're also shipping to all of New York State. So if you're not close to a beer shop carrying us or New York City, we're sending beer UPS and it'll be there in a day or 2. So just order online. We got 2 or 3 new beers coming out every week. So we got the freshest beer you can get. So please support us or support whoever's down the street from you that's brewing beer.
it's really important to us right now. And everyone, there's a wide range of different brewery sizes and ways of distribution and stuff. And so, especially get out to your local breweries that aren't canning and bottling and are primarily a tap room and are doing growlers and stuff to go. This period's even more challenging for them without a larger distribution network. So just go out there and drink local craft beer, buy merch, buy gift certificates. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Tony. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to Zack too. I don't know where he went, but check him out on Instagram and watch him and Matteo Shotgun Beers, and support KCBC.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Tony.
All right. Have fun rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right.
That's fun.
So so right now it says it's recording. I started the recording, but I can't stop the recording. Who has the function to stop?